Okay, we got Sparky playing Emeric in the blue versus Rasposo playing Nadia in the orange. So we're getting a battle of two characters we haven't really seen much of. Emeric, of course, was too strong and got nerfed, and also had some bugs which made him even stronger. Have been fixed. And then Rasposo playing Nadia in the orange. And yeah, they're both going for similar openings. Sparky, I'm not sure what happens at the first turn so that they have like such different health values, but oh, I guess Nadia just decided to sit and capture or sit and heal, and Sparky's just going and being very aggressive. And oh, we see the early barge come out. So I actually really like this map. It's got a bunch of cool things going on, and like one of them is you've got this unit converter, and if you really want to capture it at the start, you can, and your commander will have less health, but you'll get really good tempo because you can build a barge out of it really quickly and then barge your commander to the front and do a lot of other fun things with barges. As Sparky is showing us right here.
Yeah, I like the barge. It's very nifty, and you got kind of that. It doesn't look like a bridge that you could send the barge through to get them even closer to the center.
Yeah. Really just taking advantage of the fact that, you know, we have all these new features in Wargroove 2. Things like, you know, barges can go on a lot of different terrain now that they couldn't before. Such as rivers. And actually, I think it is just rivers that they can go on. But that's a big difference in gameplay, right?
Yeah, no, it's a huge difference because it means the sea and the land can share a little more terrain, not just beaches.
Okay, Rasposo goes for a balloon transport option and doesn't put their commander in it, so their commander's just gonna kind of slow waddle their way to the front. And actually, despite all this shenanigans with the barge, Sparky's only a little bit further ahead.
Well, by virtue of being Emeric, I would say Sparky is significantly further ahead. Nadia is considered to be one of the worst commanders right now, and Emeric is bannable. But we'll see if they know how to use Emeric, because that's the trick. Emeric might be a very strong commander, but I think Emeric is also the most difficult commander to use at the moment.
Yeah, like the Emeric's tier 1 is almost worthless. I think is a fair thing to say. Like, there are probably very specific scenarios where you could use it effectively, but generally speaking, it is not a good groove to use. And the tier 2, on the other hand, is amazing, but is also very circumstantial. And we see the archer come out. Going to benefit a lot from Emeric's tier 2, so.
Yeah, Emeric is the most, I think, extreme commander in terms of tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1, actual garbage. Tier 2, is that allowed?
Yes. I guess he's taken the place that like Tenri used to have in Wargroove 1, where, and nearer to some extent, where like Emeric Treb is like the thing now, right? You build your formation, you put the trebuchet behind, you slap down the tier 2 crystal, and suddenly you can hit it halfway across the map.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being a little facetious there. It's not quite that good, but it's good enough.
Yeah, it's that good. We can acknowledge it. It is that good. You outranged knights.
That is true. Although, we have seen some amazing counterplay come out from people against the crystal before. So, I guess the question is Rasposo going to be able to pull something off here? I mean, actually, the other question is, will Rasposo need to pull something off? Because they're actually doing quite well on the map right now. Emeric has center, but they're doing well on the sides.
Now, that's the thing about Emeric. Like, it doesn't matter how good the crystal could be if you're not using it well, and it is hard to use well.
They did also nerf some of the really ridiculous things about it. Like, you used to be able to use frogs to pull it, which was hilariously broken because you could just constantly mage heal the tier 2 crystal and pull it around the map and just slow march your trebuchet towards the opponent. And that's gone, thankfully, because that was really broken.
I don't think that was that. I don't. I don't. You can. Never mind. There's a tournament coming up. I don't know how much I should say.
Okay, I mean, there are probably still some strategies with it, but I think everybody can agree that being gone is a good thing.
Yeah.
How good it was is another question, but I think it being removed is a very good thing for the game. And okay, we're seeing a little bit of stalemate. Emeric's moving up north, which is an interesting decision. You would think you would want to go for the enemy stronghold, but there's no big ranged units with him right now. You can get a trebuchet out on this map. It takes a while, but you can get it out. So we're not seeing anything quite like that at the moment. And actually, as I say that, it probably doesn't even take that long to get a trebuchet out because you have a barge. So, and people in chat immediately calling me out on that. You know, you could just barge the treb, and I'm like, actually, yeah, you make a good point. Okay, we see Sparky pushing a bit on the south side here. I am actually kind of surprised we haven't seen the trap come out yet. Just because you do have the option of barging it to the front. But right now the kind of heavy hitting golem dragon units seem to be more in favor. I guess trap might be the option for later in the game when you're closer to tier 2 groove. He's only at 130 right now. And I think they did nerf the charge speed for tier 2.
They did a little bit. I wish they had changed Emeric's entire mechanic. Or it's so rewarding to use tier 2 and so unrewarding to use tier 1. And Emeric goes from your groove does nothing to your groove is no longer interactable. I wish they had just reworked him a little bit, or maybe buffed tier 1, nerfed tier 2, just something. But going back to what you said before in terms of the trebuchet, I kind of disagree. I think around now is when Sparky should get a trebuchet. In fact, I think it's late. Like if you were going for Treb Emeric, you already want that Treb because you need to start moving it towards your goal, whether that's the center or one of the fronts, so that it can start, you know, doing work, and then it's there when you get tier 2. If Emeric gets tier 2 and then builds the Treb, it's kind of like, warehouse? Hello, you promised me one trebuchet. Oh, don't worry, it's on the way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm more thinking it from the perspective of it's taking quite a while to get groove. The combat on this map has been pretty limited. As I say that, everybody starts going in, so never mind. Big witch hex coming in. We've got two air troopers coming in, and a knight. That should do it. Oh, yeah. The golem goes down. I guess there was maybe a slight overextension there, and there Rasposo's jumping. And Emeric, ooh, only at 154, so I don't think you can build up a tier 2 unless the combat is like really, really high. That said, a lot of counterattack damage is going to come in next turn. We've got a mage going to be able to hit that witch. You've got this witch here being able to just hex a ton of stuff. Quite a few units are in range to go for counterattack this turn. Okay, units getting picked off. Oh, we're definitely going to see a tier 2 this turn. I guess the big question is... Oh, right, big hex comes in. Like, how much damage is it going to be able to do? And, ooh, Archer manages to pop a kill. And there was a unit blocking for the witch, but yeah, Dragon is going to deal with that. And there we see the big tier 2 coming in. So, this is...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this does give +3 defense to everything underneath, and it also gives +2 range to range units, so this one Archer will benefit for the moment. Second Archer coming in, but that's going to be... Oh, yeah, I said it's going to be a while, but there's a balloon in place, so... Shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, this is not a bad tier 2, but it's entirely dependent on this turn. If Raposa can break their way through to the crystal and kill the crystal, or get close enough to do tons of damage, then it's not a good crystal. But if Raposa has to back off here, it's an amazing crystal.
Okay, well, Dragon goes down. Ooh, yeah, Mage crit will go straight through that +3 defense.
I'm actually surprised. How does... Wait, what?
85 damage with a 1.5 times multiplier? Yeah, it's over 130.
But then take away... What health was the dragon at?
90%, so...
Okay, yeah, no, that's what did it. Yeah, it wouldn't kill at 100.
Okay. I guess it was very close, but yeah, you're right. Okay, and we see Sparky continuing to push. And actually, something I just realized is these edge tiles here from the crystal are treb crit range. So,
Well, you generally want your treb like more inside the crystal, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I mean, you could do something like frog pull the treb forwards as well. Or treb and then frog pull it back. But there are definitely shenanigans. This crystal placement's actually pretty good. Like, it is a nice central position. It does reach the enemy stronghold. If only just. Rasposo is just like, well, I gotta go for the sides. They have both lumber mills, so they're doing pretty well on that front. Like, economically, like, Rasposo's actually in a really good place. It's just... positionally they're at a disadvantage. Like, this army can just continue to push forwards a bit. Archer with 5 range is going to be pretty spooky. Look at that 5 range archer crit. That was terrifying.
As terrifying as it wasn't necessary to take down that village.
Yeah, although every hit builds groove, so...
That's true. That's true. You get like 3 extra groove points for that.
Yeah. And 5 extra cool points.
Yes. 1 point for every range.
Okay, we're seeing the barge make its way back. He did bank money this turn, so I think we are going to see a trebuchet. And of course, you know, this is texture metal, so both these players have all the time in the world to take. You know, within reason. We've had games take over a year before, but that's the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah, we're starting to see Rasposo struggle. They don't seem to be able to push forward anymore on any front, and they're getting pushed back on 2 of 3.
Oh,
there's the trap and the frog.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. I wouldn't be surprised if a second trap came out as well. That might be a little bit greedy, but I don't think this position in the set could be broken. That said, Nadia is getting close to tier 2, so maybe we'll see something with that. Sure. Also, they left a knight in crit range of an archer. That is a very dead knight. Ooh,
Rasposo's going in. We're going to see groove, tier 2.
Yep.
But what does it hit?
It's... Oh, that's going to break the crystal! Oh, no, wait. It only goes down by 10. Oh, it's so close, though. Oh, if there was a hex, it would be dead.
So, Yeah, this is one of the big problems with Nadia. The douse will just put that fire out. So you can kind of just say no to it being on fire. Also, the fact that the Golem and Emeric are not on fire, it's kind of, you don't get to choose what you hit. Wait, is this a lethal?
It might actually be a lethal.
You see, if that had hit the Golem and Emeric instead, it wouldn't be. It's one of the problems with Nadia. She's random, so... Oh no.
Oh, leaving that other side open. Oh, that's so cool.
It's GG. It hit the wrong units.
Well, there also wasn't a blocker underneath Nadia. I think if there was a blocker, she would live.
Yeah.
But
that's a problem.
Yeah. Just went in a little bit too soon. I could see why you would, though. Like, you've got tier 2. Like, you want to go in, you want to get damage, you want to break that crystal, but...
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I think you just hold on for an extra turn. Maybe you, like, go for... I think you really wanted Witch to follow up with Nadia Groove as well. Because, you know, Crystal would break, which would be nice. No, obviously not game winning, but, like, all of this stuff would have been more damaged. But... Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Yeah, I think Rasposo pulling the gun a bit too soon there. But that was a fun game. I really liked it. Obviously, central position from Sparky was incredibly strong, and Rasposo, I guess you see the trebuchet and the frog, and you're just like, I have to do something. But
Yeah, I think there's like a fable about that, the Treb and the frog. Trebuchet, why? Why did you break the game? Because it is my nature.
oh, actually, looking at it, there's a rifle back here as well. Oh, they were like a turn out from having like even more stuff to defend this with. Oh well, I mean, there was also the fight earlier where I think Sparky came out on top as well, like the turn the crystal got placed. But yeah, that's a tough one. Is a difficult map to play out. And actually, thinking about it more, like you really want like a balloon almost with Nadia, if you're gonna like go for a groove like that, because every anti-air unit she hits like is gonna make the balloon even more durable. So well played from well played from Sparky. I mean, Rasposo did a decent job too, but like yeah, Sparky did really well that game. Played Emeric to his strengths.